I caught my wife's 2 a.m. texts with her boss and lover. It was 2:07 a.m. when her phone lit the room. The glow cut through the dark like a blade against my half-closed eyes. She thought I was asleep. Her fingers trembled when she reached for the phone on the nightstand too quickly, as though the device might burn if I looked at it. She slipped out of bed, whispering into the screen. I stayed still, my breathing slow, eyes closed. And then, her mistake. The speakerphone clicked. A man's voice slithered into the silence of our bedroom. Is the dumbass asleep yet? My pulse slowed, not quickened, slowed, like a predator tasting blood. Her laugh was soft, nervous, but it was laughter. In that single moment, my marriage rotted inside me. She tiptoed into the hallway, thinking she'd escaped, but her words, his words, still echoed. I lay in the dark, rehearsing my next breath, my next blink, my next move. I did not rage, I did not cry. I listened, and I planned. The next morning she smiled at me. A perfect performance. Coffee steaming in her hands, lips brushing my cheek like routine. But I already knew. I studied her, not the way a husband studies his wife, but the way a surgeon studies diseased flesh. Precise, cold. The cracks were obvious now. The sudden late meetings at work, the way she angled her phone away from me, the way her perfume lingered longer than the hours she claimed to work. And his name, her boss, the one she swore barely noticed her. I could almost laugh at how cliché it was. I wanted to confront her, to rip the truth out of her with words sharp enough to scar. But instead, I smiled back. I played the fool, the role they cast me in, because fools don't plan, and I was already planning. For days I collected silence. I let her run her little play. Every time she claimed to be at work, I checked the logs, her location, her text history, cloud backups. People forget how easy it is to track a liar who believes she's smarter than the one she betrays. The patterns revealed themselves like threads unraveling. Dinner with colleagues, calls at midnight about deadlines, and always, always deleted messages. But nothing stays deleted forever. I found the photos. I found the words. I found her begging him to leave his wife, her promising things to him she never gave to me. And the irony. She planned her birthday party with me while sending him messages about sneaking away afterward. The rage inside me wasn't fire. It was ice. Sharp, controlled, surgical. I rehearsed my lines in silence. I calculated the moment. And then I waited for the stage to set itself. The final proof came wrapped in a careless mistake. A hotel receipt. Her name, his signature. 2 nights before. I stared at the paper, the ink almost mocking me. It wasn't a surprise anymore. It was confirmation. That night, I walked into our kitchen where she poured herself a glass of wine. I laid the receipt on the counter without a word. She froze. Her face drained, her hand trembling around the stem of the glass. Then, tears. Excuses, stumbling phrases about stress, confusion, just one mistake. I listened, silent, still. Because I wasn't seeking apology. I was seeking exposure. Her collapse meant nothing to me. The only thing left was timing. Her birthday. 45 guests. Family, friends, colleagues. The perfect stage. The night of her birthday, the house glowed with laughter. Glasses clinked. Music hummed. She was radiant, pretending to be the devoted wife, the cherished hostess. And I let her play her part. When it came time for the toast, I stood. Every eye turned toward me. I raised my glass. I smiled. And then I spoke. To my wife, the woman who's taught me the true meaning of partnership, of loyalty, of honesty. The room quieted, sensing something beneath my tone. And, to her boss, I paused, letting silence fill the space like smoke. For showing me how blind I've been. The gasp rippled before I even laid down the printed texts, the receipts, the photographs. Her face broke apart. First confusion, then horror. The guests shifted uncomfortably, whispers igniting like wildfire. She begged me to stop. Her eyes pleaded for mercy, but mercy was never part of my plan. I finished my toast with a calm voice. Happy birthday. You're free now, and so am I. I left my glass untouched. The air outside was cold, but I felt lighter with every step I took away from that house. Behind me, chaos unfolded. Her perfect image shattered in front of everyone she valued. I didn't need to stay. I had already won. No screaming, no violence, just truth, laid bare like a corpse on display. And truth is always heavier than lies. She would live with that weight, with the humiliation, with the memory of my silence cutting deeper than any outburst ever could. I did not lose a wife that night. I lost an illusion. And illusions are meant to be broken. The final thought as I closed the door behind me was simple, cold, final. She made me the fool, but I wrote the ending.